Today on UI7 Newsbreak, classes resume for University of Illinois students after the 12-day graduate employee organization strike.
Next, campus will welcome alumnus and co-founder of PayPal as this year's commencement speaker.
Plus, we take a look at how a dog can not only be a man's best friend, but greatest protector.
Your UI7 Newsbreak starts right now.
This is your UI7 Newsbreak.
Good morning, I'm Chris Joe.
And I'm Wooly Caudell.
After the graduate employee organization went on the longest strike in the university's history, a 98% ratification of the agreement finalized the end of the strike Friday.
Now, undergrad and graduate students are beginning to return to classes at their regular meeting time and place. After receiving harsh criticism from students, faculty, and staff, U of I Provost Andres Congaleras apologized for his actions following the strike, saying, "We heard many voices on this campus, voices of confusion, anxiety, frustration, voices of suspicion, voices of disappointment, even rage. And I said things and I did things that were blamed as putting more oil on the fire that was amplifying those voices and criticized for being unhelpful. I regret this deeply, and I sincerely apologize for this." This comes after Congaleras was harshly criticized for being out of town during the strike for a conference in Arizona that was hosted by the company that partners with the U of I for online education.
University of Illinois alumnus Max Levchin has been announced as this year's commencement speaker. The Ukrainian immigrant graduated from Illinois in 1997 with a degree in computer science. He has not only left his legacy at the university as the co-founder of the worldwide online payment system PayPal, but also as the former chairman of the board of the business reviewer Yelp. Levchin is currently the founder and CEO of the consumer financing platform Affirm. The University of Illinois will welcome Levchin back to his alma mater to give his commencement speech Saturday, May 12th.
In a largely male-dominated industry, getting young women involved in agriculture has never been more important. Annual Women Changing the Face of Agriculture conference was held at the ARC Friday and brought in young female ag enthusiasts from across the state of Illinois to help them explore the diverse array of careers in agriculture. Blue corduroy FFA jackets filled the room as guest speaker Teresa Rose delivered an inspiring message about building a foundation of success. Students also participated in a mini career fair where they were able to network and learn from female professionals within the industry.
The University of Illinois Research Park held a career fair for potential job applicants at the I Hotel on Tuesday. UI7 Newsbreak's Stephen Cohn printed out his resume and took to the booths.
I actually didn't bring a resume, Chris, but I did learn that having just a little confidence and the ability to forward think can go a long way with employers at a job fair.
We are hoping to ship next month.
Doesn't matter what you're talking about, sometimes all it takes to start a conversation at a job fair is a simple, but some students may still feel lost or struggle at a job fair like the University of Illinois Research Park Career Fair on Tuesday afternoon. One student who felt right at home at the fair was 25-year-old first-year MBA student Akshat Satki, who moved from India to Illinois in August to pursue a career in product management.
It can be overwhelming at times because there are a lot of students. There's as you can see, there are huge lines. It gets crowded. It's just you have to be free and don't worry about the surroundings and everything. Just feel free and just go, and because you have nothing to lose over here. Basically, what I think, you have nothing to lose.
Well, confidence can only go so far at the career fair. You need to be qualified to be able to get a job. I'm not qualified. Can I have a job?
One man who knew what to look for in job fair applicants was Riverbed's J.D. Northbrook.
Tell me about this. The same thing. There's one thing that every company here is looking for. They're looking for people who can provide solutions, right? I think the day has passed where people want to hire interns to sit in a corner and just do what someone tells them.
But when it comes down to it, a job fair is nothing more than just talking to someone.
You can just go to anyone, just talk about the roles, talk about your experience, talk about their experience at the company and what the company does, what do you like about the company. So I believe if you have an open approach and you got nothing to lose, just go and talk.
Just don't forget to shake their hand. In Champaign, Stephen Cohn, UI7 Newsbreak.
Governor Bruce Rauner signed a bill for a Medicaid funding plan that changes the way hospitals are reimbursed for treating low-income patients. Rauner stated Monday that this is a major step forward for providing an adequate amount of income to hospitals located in more poverty-stricken communities. The legislation ensures that the $3.5 million hospital assessment program adheres to government mandates asking for more patients to be covered by cost-cutting managed care organizations.
Even though Rauner was quick to sign the Medicaid plan, his veto on the gun bill has left some people within the state of Illinois fuming. The mayor of Chicago shared his thoughts Tuesday on the governor's failure to pass the bill.
But he has a primary responsibility to everybody here and everybody else when it comes to public safety. And there are times on issues where you have to put aside your politics and worry about everybody else's who's given you their vote or their support as a governor to do what's right.
The gun control measure would have required state licenses for gun dealers, but Rauner claims his veto of the bill was due to policy concerns, not because of the upcoming primary election.
Speaking of the primary, Election Day is coming up Tuesday, March 20th, and we have a list of everything you need to know for going out and casting your vote. The polls will be open from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., and each voter should vote at their required polling place. You can determine where your required polling place is by checking with the election authority for your jurisdiction. Each jurisdiction uses a voting system that's been tested and approved by the Illinois State Board. For elections, you are entitled to receive instruction on the use of the equipment before receiving your ballot. And finally, make sure you register to vote and learn more about the candidates before making your decision.
It's almost time to switch out the winter closet for rain jackets and pastel colors because spring weather seems to be easing its way in just in time for spring break. This weekend's forecast makes for perfect travel weather for people en route to vacation. Friday is mostly cloudy, reaching a high of 42 degrees. Saturday, get your raincoats ready because we've got some morning showers with a high of 47 degrees. And Sunday will be mostly sunny with a high of 55. Still makes for tolerable weather to relax for a mid-semester break. We'll be back right after a quick word from our sponsors.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where the cats go on vacation? New York.
What to expect when you're expecting.
Like here.
A teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
We are packing and getting ready for a well-deserved spring break.
Before we start relaxing, we have one more show.
If you aren't going anywhere this spring break, no worries. We have the perfect staycation plan.
Plus, we get a behind-the-scenes look at Illinois Student Musical's production of Heathers.
And we will introduce you to another amazing U of I student in this week's Who Am I?
That and more this Friday on Good Morning Illini.
Don't forget to watch us live on YouTube at 9 a.m.
Now, more than ever, in a political era that pits citizens against its government, the millennial generation finds innovative methods of standing for social justice. UI7's Hina Raja finds out how UIUC's Social Music Collective uses its music as a tool of activism.
The Social Music Collective provides a platform for its members to speak their truths, tell their stories, and educate their audience on battles they continue to fight throughout their lives.
It just helped me express, not having anything, But I mean, like, a question that I ask myself is, what am I teaching? What am I spreading? Like, what am I leaving?
Things in society that people should hear things about and think about, while they're listening to the song.
When I'm making music, it's just like I'm doing it for a bigger purpose that's even bigger than myself, really.
Members Mick Hutchins, John Tay Hill, Jeff Berry, and Chris Healy write music not only to shine light on issues they identify with personally, but also to give a voice to those that have been silenced.
I've released very few tracks, but one of them was like on the anniversary of the Sandy Hook shooting, and you know, I spent like eight and a half years of my life there when I was a little kid.
Soultra is a group of people that come together to speak for people who usually don't have a voice.
For the Soultra Music Collective, life comes full circle from the lowest to the highest peaks of their lives as they cope with their darkest demons through pursuit of their deepest passions. This has been Hannah Raja, UI7 News.
Music is being used for a message at this year's iHeartRadio Music Awards. The ceremony took advantage of their national stage with a unique message. The awards ceremony featured performances by well-known artists Eminem, Ed Sheeran, Maroon 5, amongst others. Several received multiple nominations, including Rihanna, Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran, and Bruno Mars at this year's annual iHeartRadio Music Awards. Although the popular artists charmed the audience, a special guest captivated those watching even more. A Parkland shooting survivor spoke out about gun reform in hopes of raising awareness of the upcoming March for Our Lives demonstration. This year's iHeartRadio Awards ceremony has been utilized as a platform to spark change and unification in our nation by the voice of a teenager.
Today is the day thousands of students have been waiting for. Nationwide, students will participate in National School Walkout Day to protest gun violence. Just 1 month ago, the Valentine's Day shooting took place in Parkland, Florida. The anniversary on what is known as the annual day to celebrate love will always be stained by the loss of 17 classmates, peers, and friends. Students refuse to let the pain bring passivity, but instead a wave of activism for change. Spanning from Maine to Hawaii, students are expected to walk out of classrooms for new gun control measures.
Invisible disabilities can't be seen by humans, but they can be spotted by service dogs. Sheldon Bradford talked with Brianna Peters to find out just how helpful her award-nominated dog is in this week's See You Neighbor.
This is what service dog Leanna hears when she gets one of her commands right. Leanna knows 70-plus commands, many of which help with Brianna's invisible disability.
So it's a disability that basically, if you were to look at someone, you could not immediately tell that they were disabled.
Brianna trained Leanna back in Arizona, where they are from.
I was a service dog trainer intern, and so I was working with all these different dogs. And actually going in, I didn't even realize that they trained diabetic alert dogs.
Training Leanna was not an easy task, according to Brianna, but she felt a connection with her that made her willing to work with the dog.
So I took her home, and I just absolutely fell in love with her. And she had had some struggles, like doing other things, and we connected really well.
Leanna became an award-nominated dog because of Brianna's speaking out for the service dog community.
I'm always really excited and really big in the service dog community about talking about all the work that she does. And diabetic alert dogs, like I said, aren't the most common type of service dog.
Brianna's friends are also open to talking about Brianna and Leanna's relationship.
I'm here with Estelle, friend of Brianna and Leanna, and she has more about the dynamic duo.
From what she told me, Leanna was a little bit of a problem dog for them for a while, and they were gonna cut her from the program, but Brianna put in a lot of extra time and effort to train her.
Leanna went from a problem dog turned award-nominated service dog.
Leanna's really smart, sometimes a little too smart for her own good, so it's just a lot of repetition of the things that she knew she needed to learn and keeping things interesting for her so that she didn't get bored.
Brianna says she is thankful to have Leanna around.
With the diabetic stuff, it's given me a lot greater sense of independence and safety, and also for my family.
Sheldon Bradford, UI7 Newsbreak.
Tell you what, Chris, that was just a doggone good story.
Took the words right out of my mouth, partner.
All right, and that's all we have for this edition of UI7 Newsbreak. For more stories, like us on Facebook.
Or subscribe to our YouTube page. That's all the time that we have for this edition of UI7 Newsbreak. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.